I always think in business that you hear it's about being the best, whether that's the biggest, the best product, the most profitable. And whilst this is true and drives the most successful businesses, actually it's not possible to have continued success without ongoing learning and reflection and resilience and the courage that's needed to evolve and adapt in a changing business environment. So regardless of what the results are tonight, I'm sure it's these skills that you've all developed as part of your young enterprise experience that will prove invaluable in your future career. When I was trying to figure out what on earth I was going to talk to you about today, I decided the best thing that I could do would be to share with you some of my experiences in business and actually in life. No doubt they're not going to be new to you at all, but I've settled on 3 things that I think are core to my personal successes and probably most of my failures too. The first, which is arguably the best piece of advice that I've ever received, is to continually ask yourself, what would you do if you weren't afraid? For me, today, standing right here and talking to you is what I would do if I weren't afraid. It would be fair to say public speaking does not come naturally to me at all. But I think it's important to admit your weaknesses with humility and candour and let everybody else know that I'm human. So if you want to come and let me know how I did afterwards, that would be greatly appreciated. You might be able to tell from my accent that I'm not a Londoner or a Southerner. I'm actually from Scunthorpe, which is in the news lately for not good reasons, but it's a small steel town that's near Hull or Sheffield. And actually there's very limited employment opportunity there. In fact, the aspiration is to get out and go to university, which brings me to the first time I asked myself, what would I do if I weren't afraid? I went to grammar school, and I was one of 8 people in a class of 180 that didn't go to university. There was absolutely no support for this. My tutors branded me a failure, my parents considered me a major disappointment, but actually in my heart, I knew I wanted to go to work. So I tried to find a job. My first job was a commercial trainee in a company that also supported and paid for me to do my degree part-time. How did I get this job? Because my young enterprise experiences stood me apart from everybody else, and I demonstrated with examples just what potential I might offer. I stayed with that company actually for 7 years, and during that time I got a degree, I got professional qualifications, and I progressed from trainee to the youngest senior manager within the business. And importantly, I learned what my passion was going to be, and that is improvement and change. This then became my second what would I do if I weren't afraid moment. I chose to leave this company after 7 years. They had supported and would have continued to support me throughout my development, and it felt like losing your family. I was really afraid. Everybody told me I should be afraid, but I thought I needed a shot. So, despite what I'm about to say, I don't advocate for this, but I quit my job with nothing to go to. I've actually done that twice. I needed to shove myself into doing something. Everybody thought I was crazy. Yes, I panicked most days, but actually after 4 weeks, I had 2 job offers, and I went on to work for a company that I loved and I still keep in touch with today. I actually spent 10 months at the next company. Hadn't planned to, and I wasn't really ready to leave, but I got headhunted. So a consultancy that I'd come across in a previous life liked my work and asked me to come and work for them. The prospect was absolutely terrifying because I loved my job, the company was doing really well, and I knew absolutely nothing about being a consultant. But they were adamant that they wanted me because I guess they believed in me, and that's when I realised sometimes asking what you would do if you weren't afraid is actually just learning to believe in yourself. Working as a consultant taught me my second most valuable lesson: always be yourself. This may sound ridiculously obvious, and you think you'll always do it, but it's not that simple. In my experience, the world of work has a habit of trying to change you and to mould you into something that is the paradigm of what it takes to be successful. But being yourself is your most unique selling point. And I spend a lot of my time talking to business people about the importance of being authentic. Authentic people generate warmth and a bond with other people because they're honest and they have integrity. Someone once said to me, "Alex, you get a long way on your personality." And you know what, it's true. People buy from people. Once I realised I was successful because of my individuality, I learned to enjoy it. For example, I always felt I'd been hindered by being young and female in a consulting environment. However, this led to some of my greatest successes. And actually, because I didn't fit in with the typical mould, I fitted in better with the people and the businesses that I was working for. So always be yourself, because actually it's your greatest asset. This kind of brings me to my most final valuable lesson, and the last 18 months of my career. And that is, go big or go home. Our dreams and beliefs and ideas should never be compromised. Sure, you might have to take a long winding path to get there, but actually the only restriction to our dreams is ourselves. I told you earlier that I quit my job twice with nothing to go to. The second time was 2 years ago. I'm from a family of entrepreneurs, and I'd always dreamed of running my own business. But it was never a good time. People told me, you need to learn more, you need more qualifications, you need more money. And all of these things are true, but actually there will never be a perfect time to do anything. There's just perfect intentions. Starting your own business is really hard, right? And it always will be hard. If you imagine trying to achieve what you have in your young enterprise businesses with a team of one and a whole load of financial pressure, then you'll be somewhere close as to how hard it can be. But the greatest thing about having my own company is all the people that I get to meet and the challenges that we get to discuss. The more I do this, the more I believe that it is without the development of our future workforce to have key employability skills, the more difficult and uncertain our future will be. I often discuss employability with businesses, and there's a great stat that actually says 40% of businesses are dissatisfied with problem-solving and teamwork skills of graduates. Conversely, 5% of graduates actually think it's important. So clearly, there's a disconnect that we need to address. One of the biggest challenges of business today is finding, recruiting, and retaining the right talent. This puts you all in a very powerful position. People who can demonstrate they have employability skills are highly sought after and can have their pick of employers. This challenge is further heightened by developments in technology. It would be reasonably fair to say that many businesses have chosen to stick their heads in the sand and didn't see the changes happening mainstream. But advances in technology don't just mean technological skills, they mean a new breed of leader. Successful leaders will not be the most technologically capable. The best leaders will be able to interpret information, make decisions, problem solve, work in teams, reflect, and lead people in organisations with strong emotional and behavioural skills to not only cope with, but influence and drive changes. These are all the skills that you've been learning on your own enterprise experience. I hope these couple of points that I just shared demonstrate the huge opportunity that there is, but actually we're also facing some of the biggest challenges. If the businesses that I speak to could see you here and the potential that you bring, then I'm sure that they'd be as excited about the future as we all are. I kind of want to end on a video, but I hear we've been having technological difficulties, so I don't know whether it'll work. Okay, so I wanted to share this with you just to demonstrate that I'm practicing what I'm preaching here today. This is my company, the iNNiTi Effect, and I created it because I want it to be part of the change that I want to see in the world. What you're about to see is my values, and now they're the values of my company. I believe in working with people who have a shared ambition to shoot for the moon, because we have responsibility to create a positive impact in the UK. I believe that it's through inspired leadership that we can build a workforce that's fit for the future, with the skills to perform at the highest levels every day. A workforce that values teamwork and is to strive for common goals and working together to build true connections and mutually beneficial relationships that drive organisational performance. Why? Because I believe it's these things that we will invest, we will get sustainable results, innovation, and we will get change that will continue to affect business and our society positively, both now and for the future. I think that's probably all I have to say. So, other than best of luck for everybody for the results and your future careers, wherever these may take you, please remember, dream big, always be yourself, and ask, what would I do if I weren't afraid?